Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janabhava Krivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janabhava Krivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gaur Premanande Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Prabhupada Stotara Sada His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanande All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Gurudahasya Rutu Swami Tinamne Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Desha Tarine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasa Tato Jayat Mudiraye Nasta Praeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, text number 31. The chapter is titled, How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. Atmanam chahnu sochami Bhavantam chamarottamam Devan Pitran Rishin Sadhun Sarvan Varnam Tathashraman Atmanam chanu sochami Bhavantam Chamarottamam Devan Pitran Rishin Sadhun Sarvan Varnam Tatashaman Atmanam Chanusochami Bhavantam Chamarottamam Devan Pitran Rishin Sadhun Sarvan Varnam Tata Ashraman. Please chant. Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Ji ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Please chant. Atmanam chanu sochami Bhavantam chamarottamam Atmanam chanu sochami Atmanam chanu sochami Atmanam myself cha also anusochan lamenting bhavantam yourself cha as well as amara uttamam the best amongst the demigods devan about the demigods pitran about the denizens of the Pitraloka planet Rishin about the sages, Sadhun about the devotees, Sarvan all of them, Varnan sections, Tata as also, Ashraman orders of human society. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am thinking about myself and also, O based amongst the demigods, about you as well as about all the demigods, sages, denizens of Pitraloka, devotees of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in human society. Please repeat. I am thinking about myself and also, O best among the demigods, about you, as well as about all the demigods, sages, denizens of Pitraloka, devotees of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in human society. Okay, purport. To effect the perfection of human life, there is cooperation between men and demigods, sages, denizens of the Pitraloka, devotees of the Lord, and the scientific system of Varna and Ashrama, orders of life. The distinction between human life and animal life, therefore, begins with the scientific system of Varna and Ashrama, guided by the experience of the sages in relation with the demigods, gradually rising to the summit of establishing our eternal relation with the Supreme Absolute Truth. Should have it at a lower volume. That's okay. When God made Varnashram Dharma, which is strictly meant for developing animal consciousness into human consciousness, and human consciousness into godly consciousness is broken by advancement of foolishness, the whole system of peaceful and progressive life is at once disturbed. In the age of Kali, the first attack of the venomous snake strikes against the God-made Varnashram Dharma. And thus a person properly qualified as a Brahmana is called a Shudra. And a Shudra by qualification is passing as a Brahmana, all on a false birthright claim. To become a Brahmana by birthright claim is not at all bona fide, although it may be a fulfillment of one of the conditions. But the real qualification of a Brahmana is to control the mind and the senses and to cultivate tolerance, simplicity, cleanliness, knowledge, truthfulness, devotion, and faith in the Vedic wisdom. In the present age, consideration of the necessary qualification is being neglected, and the false birthright claim is being supported even by a popular sophisticated poet, the author of Ramcharitamanas. This is all due to the influence of the age of Kali. Thus, Mother Earth, represented as a cow, was lamenting the regrettable condition. Om Agnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manabhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Raghunatamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paryana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanto Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Bhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavane Bhayo Vaishnave Bhayo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Atmanam Chanu Sochami Bhavantam Chamara Uttamam Devan Pitran Rishin Sadhun Sarvan Varnam Tata Ashramam. I was thinking about myself and also best amongst the demigods about you, as well as about all the demigods, sages, denizens of Pittaloka, devotees of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in human society. So this chapter talks about Kali Yuga, right? Just like how Parikshit received the age of Kali, and the symptoms are there where cow is lamenting. This is, if you see, the earthly deity in the form of a cow is lamenting. Whom is she lamenting to? To the bull, which is represented by Dharma. So that's why he's a demigod, right? That's why he's saying, I'm thinking about myself and also, oh, best among the demigods. So she's addressing the bull as, oh, best among the demigods. Why? Because the bull is representing Dharma, Dharmaraj, oh, best among the demigods. As well as about all the demigods, sages, denizens of Pittaloka, devotees of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in human society. Right. So she is lamenting that what would be the fate of the demigods, of the sages, of the denizens of Pittaloka, of the devotees of the Lord, and those who are obedient to the Varna and Ashrama system. What is the Varna and Ashrama system? That there are 4 orders of life, right? And 4 statuses of life. What are the 4 orders of life? Brahmachari, Grahasthashram, Vanaprasthashram, and Sannyasashram, right? All are ashram. Brahmachari ashram, Grahasthashram, Vanaprasthashram, and Sannyasashram. Those are the 4 orders of life. And what are the 4 statuses of life, or 4 the classes of life? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Right. So, in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned, Chaturvanyam Maya system, Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. Right. The Lord Himself is mentioning that I have Maya system, my Srishti, I have divided into 4 classes and 4 orders of life based on Based on guna karma. Guna karma vibhagasha. Right? So Srila Prabhupada is speaking here on what is going on in this Kali Yuga as based on birth. The false classification based on birth, that okay, just because a Brahmana is born, right, a person is born in a Brahmana family, he goes to be considered as a Brahmana. He goes to be considered as a Brahmana, though he may be drinking alcohol, though he may be smoking, though he may not be chanting any Gayatri, still he will be considered as a Brahmana. And we'll see that, right? We'll see when we go out and at our workplace or other places, we meet them, right? All the last means many last names, by last name itself we can know, right? Joshi, these, that, they're all Brahmanas, supposed to be Brahmanas. Dikshit, right? Supposed to be Brahmanas. Tripatis, Chaturvedis, knower of the four Vedas, Chaturvedis, knower of the four Vedas. Supposed to be Brahmanas. But not necessarily they will be following the principles of a Brahmana. What are the principles of Brahmana? The qualification of Brahmana is mentioned here. But the real qualification of Brahmana is to control the mind and the senses. Right? The real qualification of Brahmana is to control the mind and the senses. And to cultivate tolerance, simplicity, cleanliness, knowledge, truthfulness, devotion and faith in the Vedic wisdom. Right? These are all the qualities of the Brahmana mentioned. Tolerance, simplicity, cleanliness, knowledge, truthfulness, and devotion and faith to the Vedic wisdom. Right? But just based on birth, you will see in the material society people being passed on as a Brahmana. And a real Brahmana will be neglected. Right? A real devotee of the Lord would be, what do you say, pricked on, right? What is this? He's just chanting, he does not have anything else to do, right? They are nuisance to the society and whatnot, right? They'll be in so many ways blasphemed. The devotees of the Lord will be blasphemed, the Brahmanas will be blasphemed, right? While the Sudras, right, would be passed on as a Brahmana, right? A Brahmana, what is the duty of Brahmana? To teach. And we'll have teachers like that who are worse than Sudras, teaching, trying to teach, right? But they don't have any qualification. Or we would have Kshatriyas, right? In the Vedic system, the Kshatriyas, who are the Kshatriyas? One who protects the community. One who are the protectors are the Kshatriyas. They are the administrators, right? If there is a war, what would the Kshatriya do? He would be in the battlefront. He will be all the way in the front of the battle. But the modern day Kshatriyas will be in a bulletproof house and hidden. When the war was going on between, when US invaded Iraq, right? At that time, the modern day administrators were hiding, right? So that's not Kshatriyas, that's not the quality of a Kshatriya, right? So the Vedic wisdom, civilization, that's why it classifies as these four classes of man: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. What does a Vaishya do? Krishi, Gorakshya, Vanijyam, right? Agriculture, cow protection, business. That's all the qualities of a Vaishya, right? Commerce, economic development, it's all the qualities of, no, that's what a Vaishya's occupation is. That's why it is mentioned in Kali Yuga, Kalau Sambhava Shudram. Everybody in Kali Yuga is more or less a Shudra. Right? Everybody is more or less a Shudra. Right? In this godless civilization, people are Shudras or lesser than that. That's mentioned, Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunam. Right? Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunam. In Mahabharata it is mentioned. Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunam. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Right? Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunam. What is that? What is the next slide? Samanyetat Pashubi Naranam. So these four things are common between animals and human being. Dharma esha adhiko vishesha. Right? In the human platform of life, one thing is higher than these four things. What is that? Dharma. They can inquire about dharma. They can inquire about dharma. Dharma nahi na pasubhi samanam. If they do not inquire about dharma, they are non different than animals. If in our human birth, if we do not inquire about dharma, if we are not concerned about dharma, right, we are no better than animals are four-legged, we are two-legged animals. Right? Because eating, sleeping, mating and defending, even they do. Right? What is so different? We need to inquire about dharma. What is my real occupation? Right? What is my real occupation? What should I be doing? Right? Mamai vansho jiva luke jiva bhuta sanatana manasastani indriyani prakriti stani karshati. We are part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Right? We are part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. So what does that mean, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord? Lord is infinite. Right? He is completely full in all full in all opulences, full in knowledge, full in wealth, full in beauty, full in renunciation, full in strength. Right? While we are infinitesimal. Right? The spirit soul has the same quality as the Supreme Lord, but he is tiny, he is infinitesimal. Right? So, just as a part of the body, its real occupation is to serve the whole, the body. Similarly, the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, the real occupation of the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord is to serve the Supreme Lord. Right? So the real occupation of the soul is to serve the Supreme Lord. But the soul, when it comes in contact with the body, it starts identifying itself with the body. Right? It starts identifying itself with the body. And it starts claiming, oh, I am an American, I am an Indian, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Jew, I am this, I am that. Right? Those are all bodily designations. Right? Those are all bodily designation. It starts because the soul is identifying itself with the body. And because it is identifying itself with the body, it is identifying with the pains and pleasures of the body. When our senses are satisfied, we feel happy. When our senses are not satisfied, we feel distressed, miserable. Right? So because we are associating with the body, the soul is feeling that. The soul is also feeling that. Otherwise, the body by itself cannot feel any pain and pleasure. Can the body by itself feel any pain and pleasure? I was just in a funeral of one of our congregation members last Saturday. The person was just lying there. Right? He did not feel any pain and pleasure. Right? If you pinch him, he will not feel anything. In a lab, when you dissect, when doctors, while learning, when they dissect, they don't feel the pain. Right? The body does not feel the pain. Why it does not feel the pain? There is no soul. It's just lump of matter. It's just lump of matter. Made of earth, water, air, fire, and ether, bhumi, apo, nalo, vayu, kama, mana, buddhi, vacha. Right? It's just lump of matter. Gross body, right? Kama, mana, buddhi, the mind, intelligence, and false ego is also not there. The subtle body is also not there at that time, in that dead body. Right? So, the body by itself cannot feel the pain and pleasure. But when the soul is there in the body, and it is identifying itself with the body, it feels pain. Oh, it's very cold. Oh, it's very hot. Right? Body, if you put it in minus, no, it has to be put so that it does not disintegrate. It has to be put cold. It does not feel cold. It does not feel hot. But because the soul is identifying itself with the body, it feels hot. It feels happiness. It feels distress. Because it is identifying with the pains and pleasures of the body. Right? But the real nature of the soul is, it is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Right? So its real occupation is unalloyed service to the Supreme Lord. Right? So our real dharma, what is dharma? What is the definition of dharma? Duty, okay. Anybody else?
Constitutional question of living entity to serve the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, that's our dharma. But what is the definition of dharma? Definition of dharma. As Jayaprakash Prabhu mentioned, duty is one of them, yes. Prescribed duty, okay. Responsibility, okay. Yeah. The real definition of dharma is innate nature. Innate nature. Right. Just like sugar. What is the dharma of sugar? Innate nature of sugar. What is the innate nature of sugar? Sweet. Right. The innate nature of sugar is sweetness. Right. So similarly, the innate nature of the soul, as Krishnananda Prabhu mentioned, is serving to the Supreme Lord. Because it is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, just as my hand, innate nature of my hand is to serve my body. Right? Similarly, innate nature of my soul is to serve the Supreme Whole. Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai. To serve the Supreme Lord. Right. So, the earthly deity cow here is lamenting that all this will be neglected in Kali Yuga. Right. The venomous snake initially will attack from the Varnashram system itself. What is Varnashram system? Varnashram system is a stepping stone. These 4 classes of man and the 4 orders of life is a stepping stone to develop love of God. By itself, it has nothing to do with bhakti, but it is just a beginning stage. Somebody remains a brahmachari. What about that? There's nothing beautiful. Right? Or if somebody remains a grahastha, what about that? Right? But in that ashram, when those 4 gradual orders are there, so that one can purify oneself to come to the service of the Supreme Lord. Right? So that's why there are do's and don'ts in those 4 ashramas. What one should follow, what one should not follow, to gradually uplift himself. Are there any questions? Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. When we go to the agony, what suffers? So you are right. Soul by itself is spiritual in nature. How can it suffer? Right. But because it is identifying itself with the body, and body by itself, how can it suffer also? Because it is just lump of matter. Right. So body cannot suffer, soul cannot suffer. So who suffers? Well, mind. What is mind? Mind is just a repository of our experiences. Right? Mind is just a repository of our experiences. So the soul, because it is identifying with the body, it feels the suffering. Right? It's a conditioned stage of the soul. The pure stage of the soul is, it is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. It is spiritual in nature. The conditioned stage of our consciousness is, we are not thinking that we are the soul, we are thinking that we are the body. And because we are thinking that we are the body, we are suffering the pains and pleasures of the body. Right? The mind, it is experiencing, it is storing these pains and pleasures. Right? The mind is storing that, okay, the child is storing that, oh, when I touch this, something which is hot, it is painful to me. It is burning my hand. So it is storing that experience in his mind. Or when I smell this fragrant flower, it is so pleasing. Right? So it is storing all those experiences. Right? So that's what the soul, but the soul, when we go to the agony, as you mentioned, when we go to the agony is created by our condition. That, okay, whatever agony we may go through, the mind may be thinking about either the agony of future, the agony of the present, or agony of the past experiences. Right? But in a pure state, there is no agony. Right? In the pure state, there is no agony. The spirit soul by nature is Satchidananda, full of knowledge, full of bliss, right? Full of eternality. It is complete in knowledge, is fully blissful. Right? But how do we attain that pure state? That pure state can be attained only by serving the Supreme Lord. By reviving our spiritual consciousness. Just understand that the soul is spiritual in nature, but it is associating with the body, so it is in a conditioned stage, right? So that's why we are feeling pain, pleasure, agony, whatever, different things, right? But the moment we develop our spiritual consciousness, revive our spiritual consciousness, then we become completely spiritual, which we are. In reality, the soul is completely spiritual. So it is not something which is artificially developed. It is like you have a mirror which is completely covered with dirt, right? Now we just see the dirt and we say, oh, this thing is completely dirty, or this thing is, oh, it's supposed to be, over a period of time, you have this nice paint, right, in the wall. If you don't clean it, and it is completely covered with dirt, right? So over a period of time, we won't think that, oh, the color is saffron. We'll see, oh, the color is gray, right? Because over a period of time, we have completely forgotten about the real color, because it is completely covered, right? So similarly, the soul, because it's identifying itself with the body, it completely forgets that the real nature is serving the Supreme Lord. You ask somebody, oh, who are you? Oh, I'm an Indian, I am this, I am that, I am a doctor, I am that, right? For all those designations, when that person whom we went to, he left his body, where does those designations go to? It becomes part of the history book, right? And over a period of time forgotten. Right? So when we revive our spiritual consciousness, we carry our real identity. Right? Our real identity is Nitya Krishna Das. Right? By chanting, by developing our spiritual consciousness, we revive our eternal identity with that we are eternally the servant of the Lord. It's just that we have forgotten. So that agony is faced by soul which is coming in contact with the body and mind. Right? The mind is storing that experiences. Right? So that's why we are feeling agony. Oh, what would happen to me? Oh, this, that. So many different kinds of agony. Is that okay? Okay. Any other question? Okay, we'll end here. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Guru Premanande. Namaste Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Putra Prasthaya.